Hello, I'm Miss Willow and I'm going to teach you how to bind a book today. So our end product will look something like this, a simple one register book with copy paper. So my inspiration for this book came from the sketchbook that I bound at Santa Reparata in Italy with my wonderful professor Patricia. And this is the cover of the book, the spine of the book, and then there's several registers inside. So today we'll create a book with one register. And we can think about what we have in our books. There's words, there's pictures, many different things that we can put. And that will be up to you what you want to put inside.
Down by the bayou.
For this project, you will need a piece of cardstock, 9.5 inches by 6 inches, a piece of decorative paper for your cover page, which will be 5.5 inches by 8, and same thing, about 10 pieces of plain copy paper, 5.5 by 8, some kind of sewing needle, some thread, a thumbtack, any kind of measuring device, a writing utensil, and a pair of scissors. Okay. So we'll begin with your cover, whatever you chose for your cardstock. And take your writing utensil and measure from the top 4.5 inches. Make a little mark. And then make another mark at 5 inches. And then make a mark in between. And do the same on the bottom. From the edge, come in 4.5 inches. And then 5 inches, and then make a mark right in between. So you have these little tick marks on the top and the bottom. Then you'll take your measuring device, it's almost long enough, and connect your tick marks. So you can start with the two farthest apart, and then do the center one. Now, you want to create some dots on the center line. So, from the side, you place your measuring device on the center line, and 1 inch in, with one mark, make a dot. Then, on the 3-inch mark, make another dot. And then, on the 5-inch mark, another dot. So you have 3 dots in the center of your 2 lines. Okay, now you want to take your 10 or so pieces of copy paper and put your cover page right on top. Make a little stack and then fold them in half. Make a nice little crease. Then you open it up and you already have your center line. So again, we'll measure from 0. You want to come in to make your center dot at 2.75. So that will be halfway in between 2.5 and 3. So here's our 2.5, here's our 3, 2.75, and that's your center. Now, 2 inches away from that center dot, we'll make another dot at the top, and then 2 inches away, and make another dot at the bottom. Now you have 3 dots for your interior pages. Now we are going to create the spine for our book. So to do this, bring your measuring device, ruler, to this first line, and reach to the outside and create a crease to fold in. And then do the other side. So bring your ruler to the other line, reach on the outside, bring it in, and then crease at a right angle. So this will create 2 folds and make your spine. Now find your tack and start by poking it right at the center dot you have. So poke it through, make sure that your fingers aren't on the other side, and then wiggle it a little bit just to make that hole a little bit more sturdy. And do the same thing on the other two. Again, being mindful that your fingers are out of the way on the other side. And then finally do the one at the top. So you have 3 little holes. Now find your interior pages and we'll do the same thing with a tack. You can start with the center dot. This might be a little bit more tricky since there's about 11 pages to poke through. So again, be careful your fingers are on the other side. Poke through and then wiggle it. Make sure that there's some space there. And then do the same thing on the top dot. And on the bottom, you might want to have some cardboard underneath as you're doing this. Just figure out what works. You can also do 5 at a time. And then you have 3 dots here. Okay, now find your needle and your thread. And go ahead and lace that through the tip of the needle and pull it through until you have it about even. Okay. So take your threaded needle and the cover of your book, turn it to the outside, and you're going to thread your needle through the center hole. And just bring it through until a few inches is left, and just let it hang out there. Make sure that it stays where it is. And then from this thread coming inside, you're going to take your inside pages, and from that center hole on the outside, you're going to reach your needle through, and again, you might have to, there we go. And then from there, pull that all the way through until your pages land on top of your cover. Now from here, you're going to take your needle and go through the hole right above. And again, you might have to go one at a time, or maybe you can go all the way through. And once you go through your pages, go back to the cover hole and pull it all the way through. So it looks like this from the inside. Then we'll flip it over. We still have our string here and our string here. Now you're going to take a jump all the way over that center string and put it through this bottom hole of the cover, and then through all of the holes of the interior pages, and then slowly pull it through, again making sure that this stays still, and then coming back to the center. Now we're going to go back through this middle hole to fill this gap here. So since there's already a thread in there, it might be a little bit more snug. But just do your best, and then pull it back through into the back. So once you've pulled the string back through the center, you'll notice that both of these are on one side of this big jump. So what you want to do is bring that tail end to one side and this new one to the other side. And again, you can kind of pull them so they're snug. So they're straddling that center string. Now you're going to tie them into a knot. So you're tying this knot over that center thread. You can do this just a couple more times to make sure it's nice and sturdy. And then just cut your thread, let go of your needle, and you can tie this in a bow or whatever you'd like to do. And ta-da, you have a book. So this cover serves as your spine, and you open it and you have your cover page, and then all your pages inside. And you can decorate the inside however you like. In this one, I collected different things and taped them in, made notes. And you can write your name on the outside. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed making your book. Please feel free to pause this video, repeat it, share with your friends, and fill your books with amazing inspiration. Thank you.
Angels speak of a thing called bliss.